Hello, friend.
Hello.
Just briefly, in this part of what we're doing, we're resuming. Would you like to do a recap, or would you like to just take it from where we left it?
Yeah, tell me the last thing you remember.
Well, the last thing I did, and I did look at the last scripture that we had put up, the video. The live action scripture had left us in, basically you were dealing, and I'll probably ask you, would you remember this, you were dealing with some mysterious person that you did not know, and he was both 1,000 feet tall and something you could hold in your hand like a picture. Do you remember that? And he had a book, and he was like shutting the world up in a book, and all those monster demons, they're also Cassandra's...
monsters I was taunting.
Yes, they were like following him. And I'm not sure what happened at that point, but at some point you got the idea that your old book that you've had for several years now in the worlds that we've dealt with and done, sorry, friend. I'm trying to see. The demons, which are actually Cassandra's cousins, that had basically, as a hobby for very rich people, had decided to go to mental institutions and basically graze in the minds of people. You chased them and you conquered them, and then they kind of ran after this guy after being, for most of the episode, taking on the personas to the point of actually becoming the Lords of Xaltia, which are an underworld, like Mesoamerican deities. But specifically, they had decided that to become these 12 Lords of Xaltia because they're really the shittiest gods. They're like, I guess the world and myth used to owe them a lot of allegiance, but because of two twins who had heroes who went down there to avenge their dad, who had been killed by these Lords of Xaltia, they tricked them and went through all the tests and won, and then destroyed them. And now people don't have to give any tribute to them. That's the last mythic reality I know of them. But in our world, you really didn't go down there. You succeeded in kind of evading them. Do you remember anything about that you remember? Because at that point, there's a part where you had drawn a circle in a book, which is this book you've had since the beginning, that you could, draw the word "and" make it go so tall you could climb the ands up to heaven, which I believe you did at some point.
Right. And it made me realize the book could do anything. So to save from whatever horrible fate these demons had for us, I decided to take all of these people, Cassandra Tobit and Isabella. And how's Isabella hurt?
She's just constantly falling asleep and just laying there. They've been dragging her around. Sometimes she'll be zombie-like and kind of follow them, but then anytime she sits down or there's a part in between action, she falls asleep and she's just laying there. She's been really hurt by those people.
Like how? From their machine?
Well, she, if you remember, comes all the way from the old days of some of the earliest adventures of this cycle, where you were you had left AI and you had gone into the landfill. She was one of the people who were zombie-like. And she's been hanging around since. She's been when everybody got the motorcycle, you threw her in the back along with everyone else because it's a very big motorcycle and you have 6-7 people on it. So, and just other ways. She would always be put in a corner, and then Cassandra's really kind of always trying to wake her up or talk to her because they're friends. You don't know much more than that.
All right. And could you tell me a little bit about Tobit?
Tobit is kind of Cassandra's boyfriend. Mostly that would be the easiest way to say it, because he does have other history in other parts of different episodes in different parts of the scriptures, live action scriptures, and also the stuff that has been already written, like the 7th Codex, the 7th book. What we all, did back in like 2018 in that kind of area, 2017. But the character of Tobit really, other than interacting, well, that's a whole bunch of things. But really, the main way he is related to these cyclist stories, the stuff we've been putting up on the YouTube, he's mostly just a very protective boyfriend. Not protective in like a jealous way, but very much like ready to defend Cassandra. And we'll give her her space, and really wants her not to be in this operative recovery institute cult that she's in. And all those people who had been in the lost space when you first got there, and Melchizedek had brought you there, and then he went off after his servants in the crypt world, leaving you with these people, these artists. Most of them, all of them, and also with Tobit, wanted Cassandra to get out of the cult. Over her time with you, she's discovered that it is a cult. The thing that you saw with that man, she says that's the man she used to go see lecturing her. That the 1,000-foot tall man that made everybody go into a book and like disappeared into a book.
Right.
I think that catches everybody up. So Tobit he rides a motorcycle.
A little idea of the Nancy Spider.
I should say Tobit looks kind of like a younger version of me, maybe a bigger, like wider, stronger version of me. He also has like a floppy hat and a beard. He's a friendly guy. Cassandra kind of was once played in the very first episode by my cat, so she looks kind of like my cat, as a human, and they're all kind of glass, like you can see through them, but you can still have a beard and that you can still have a cat-like face. And then Isabella. Well, I wanted to share it with whoever it becomes. Well, I don't know how you're going to do that at all, but Isabella, I'm going to have basically be that person who was handing out cigarettes at that concert at the restaurant bar you went to when you were looking for Melchizedek and then couldn't get there because there was a roadblock in the very first episode. That person who gave you cigarettes and was really nice, that is who Isabella is.
Okay.
So over the time that you were, something's happened with time, friend, and that's what I'll say. And that's all, because it's your world, so it's not even dependent on any of that, so you can do anything you want. So I am now then.
All right, well, that's good to know. And back up, are you ready?
Oh, one more thing about, yes, I just say, spider, do you remember the spider, the picture of the spider, kind of a big-eyed jumping spider, kind of very cuddly and pretty, that we put up on the old Game So Far scroll on the Holy Roller Dice Club? It's a cute little cuddly spider. That's what a Nancy Spider looks like right now. Now I'm ready, friend. Now I'm ready. Let's do it.
It would feel as though a few days has passed, and Isabella has been almost like a sickly woman held up in a room in the castle. She's come to every once in a while from a nurse who holds like some kind of spice under her nose and wakes her up. But she's been tired and aloof. And one night, she realizes she has a paradox. She has two memories of arriving here. She has a memory of arriving with Cassandra and Tobit on a strange carriage following Penn and some other, and they're greeted at the gate, in which Penn releases a bunch of spirits that leave into the castle and welcome us. But then she has another memory, which is of arriving at the gate, the city overtaken by fog, and these people she saw come out of Penn were already there and took them prisoner and locked them in the castle. She has this dual memory, but she's not quite sure which is true. Is she a guest or a prisoner? You're in a fairly nice room. You have a basic wooden-like bed, and the only thing you notice when you wake as Isabella is that looking through your window, you can tell there's light, but against it is a fog. Like looking through a sauna window or something.
Oh, I see.
And because of it, the room is very damper of color and everything seems gray and almost black and white to you.
I look for my cigarettes.
You look around and you can't seem to find anything.
I look for the jacket that the cigarettes were in.
You actually have your jacket. It's hanging over a chair in the corner of the room.
I feel through, because I never know where my cigarettes are. I look through all the pockets of looking through all the crap I usually have for my cigarettes.
All right.
Do I find crap, or is it all empty or something?
And as you're going to look through your coat, you hear a slam from behind you of the door.
What do you want? What?
There's a strange, kind of twisty woman, elf-looking. She has long ears and long brunette hair. She's pretty, but she's kind of making a crazy face, and you notice that she has long scars up and down her arms and around her midriff.
Oh my God, friend, are you all right?
Oh, me? She giggles a little bit to herself and says, "Oh, I've never been right, not even in my heyday."
Are those scars recent, friend?
No, they're old, very old. When I was captured.
Who captured you?
She thinks to herself, and she's reminiscing now. She's like, "Well, that's for me to know. But before you go rummaging through your things, I had something to tell you."
Yes?
See, some worlds have money, some worlds have dice, some worlds have coins and cards. I have something very important to give you, and they're coins, and she hands you 2 quarter-sized tokens.
What are these?
Well, they're yes and they're no. They're 2 quarters. You can flip one for a heads to get what you want, or flip it for a tails and an unfortunate event will occur instead. You could try for using both coins and get one of them be a head will get you what you want, but one coin will disappear if you try to use both. So be careful.
Well, thank you very much. Is there any way I could, So, forgive me, if I get 2 heads, would I get 2 things, or is it all the same as having 1 head? And then 2 tails the same way?
She kind of scratches at herself, and she's looking about dismissively into the room, into the sky, and she's kind of mumbling to herself a bit. I don't know, those technical issues.
Well, I'm going to flip them, because I want to, I would like to try to get some cigarettes.
She touches your arm and says, "Don't waste them. I have them." And she pulls your cigarettes out.
Oh, thank you, friend. That's great. So I just so I could inform, she actually has packs of clothes, packs of regular, and packs of menthols, as well as things I don't know anything about right now as a person, as me. Pastor Sidney doesn't know, but there's worlds around, including Earth, that has different kinds of cigarettes besides those 3. And she also has things like that. She happened to give her the clove, which is exactly what she wanted. Or is it, I'm sorry, is it the clove? No, it's up to you. I'm sorry, my fault. I'm jumping.
No, go ahead. She got her the clothes she wanted.
Thank you, friend.
Before leaving, she kind of wanders a bit towards the door. And as she opens it to leave, she looks back and she's like, "It's interesting. It's like you're blowing out the miasma from outside." And she closes the door and leaves you in the room alone again.
Oh, I felt like it's been months since I had this. These are harsher than I remember them. Isabella's feeling satisfied. And if I can remember as Isabella, I remember being in a bar and talking to someone who was very nice. And then there were some other people who were very nice. And then there was a couple of really good bands that night. Wow. Where's my friend Cassandra?
As she considers Cassandra, we could go to their characters.
Sure.
Cassandra and Tobit have been house guests, as they call them, but they feel more like prisoners. They've been locked in two separate rooms from each other. The Paladins, as they call themselves, have been questioning them, calling them the transparent ones and the ones made of mist. And they're concerned and worried that these guests of theirs are made of the miasma that plagues their city now.
Let me out of here! Let me out of here! Look, you're going to have to let her back in here, friend. I know you think I'm some kind of monster or something because I look like a regular person. Why do you even look like that? You can't even see through you. It's like you're looking into a shadow. They're different colored shadows, but you all look like that.
The guard that's outside knocks on things like, you going to keep talking all again today?
Look, man, why don't you let my wife come and see me?
It's not about you, man.
Tobit! They won't let me out! What is it about then, friend?
He looks back at you through the little like doorway in the thing.
Sure.
He's like, listen, my job is to save the Archimandrite, and when the Archimandrite tells me to watch you and keep you separated, that's exactly what I do. No questions about it. So if I don't ask questions, I don't have any answers. You understand?
Look, I'm not trying to bother you, friend. I know you're just working here, but when do I get to see the Archimandrite or whoever he is?
The Archimandrite knows when things should happen, and they will happen as she predicts.
Tobit! Tobit! Can we get to Cassandra now?
There's a knock on Cassandra's door.
Yes?
Yeah, you hear an unlock and it opens. A tall, armored woman, heavily armored, bright silver, almost luminescent if the room wasn't so dim. And she has long blonde hair, and she looks very serious as she steps into the room. And she seems just to be observing you.
Cassandra tries to go past her out the door.
And she moves out of the way.
She goes, can I roll to see if I can find out where Tobit's door is next to me? You said it was close, and I was trying to bang for fucking several hours trying to
It's
get
next to you. You talk to each other through the wall.
I have to find a way to open you. Be careful out there, hon. I have to find a way to open this. Cassandra looks around. Is there anyone in the hallway?
The woman is stepping closer, and on the other side is the guard that was guarding your doors.
Does the guard have
So you're kind of sandwiched between them at the moment in the hallway. It's very dim outside in this hallway, and the walls and windows have all been covered with some kind of paste on the edges, so it's even darker in here than it was in your room.
Cassandra, she can't really tell too much about like if there's anything hanging off the guard's belt or anything like keys. It's probably too dark to see.
She has the keys, and it seems that the woman also has keys. And she seems to have stopped and is just simply watching your transaction.
Cassandra takes a breath, stands taller, looks to the pretty one, the silvery one, and says, "Could you please unlock my boyfriend, please?"
You see, when you say that, she has a shocked face all of a sudden, and you see just a hint of tears in her eyes, which she seems to suck back. He is close to you?
Very close. Please let me see him. I haven't seen him for hours. I mean, the rooms are lovely, and I appreciate being your guest, but I really would like to be with my friend.
At the moment, I apologize.
It's accepted.
Your appearance is unsettling.
It's not our fault we're different then. You were in a different world, I imagine.
Very well. She ushers to the guard. Open the door, I shall speak to them together.
Does the guard do it?
Yeah, he opens the gate and she lets you go in.
Cassandra runs and hugs Tobit, and Tobit, of course, hugs back. It's like that kind of stuff and real tight.
And the woman stands in the doorway.
It's all right. I'm so sorry. They're just comforting each other. They almost like they don't know where anybody else. Like they don't care. Now that they're finally able to be in each other's arms again, they don't really seem to pay too much attention to the person in the armor or the guard.
The woman goes to try to get their attention.
They both turn to you.
Please, if you may, she says, could you sit?
Sure. Sit down, Cassandra. I don't want. Sit down, please. So they both sit down.
Are you made of the mist?
I don't think so, friend.
Are you from beyond the real gem?
Yes, that's what we're from beyond this world. So yes, the real gem. Yes.
You are deities?
That's what my friend Melchizedek and my friend Penn were trying to tell me. We actually went through it. We thought we were
gods.
Say it one more time, friend.
You are outworld gods?
Well, we were in a world that no one thought they were a god, but we were coming to the conclusion that we were gods, and that perhaps everyone in the universe is a god in some way.
You spoke of a man named Melchizedek. He's been here before.
Has he?
He is what brought this blight of the mist upon Xaltia, which had never seen the mist itself. Us Paladins used to protect people from getting lost in the mist beyond. Now the mist engulfs us itself. We're doing everything we can just to keep ourselves together. The one safe haven has been taken.
Which was the safe haven, friend?
The city itself, Xaltia, the high city made of crystal. But now it is overflowing with the mist. Creatures of miasma stalk us nightly. And you just wandered up, clear like the mist.
That is a coincidence. We're not from the mist. We're not from anything in this world.
Must show you're not as malevolent as the things we found.
I'm a very nice person. I try to be okay, I try to be nice. We're not malevolent in any case. Perhaps we could help you. Perhaps we could find some way to... did this mist come from another place, or did it arise from this place, or is it a combination, or is there some third way that I don't understand?
No, you see, our salvation is at hand.
Good.
We have accumulated the false god that was prophesied. Penn has arrived. And he will be killed in a few days.
Oh, that's not the right idea. He's a sweetheart. He's as nice as any of us.
You don't understand.
No.
It's prophesied. In his death, we will all be free.
Huh. Well, could we see Penn?
Unfortunately, he is being kept in a very special chamber only known by the Archimandrite herself.
Oh, well, will we see the Archimandrite sometime?
That is why I'm here, to take you to her myself.
Oh, well, I wish you had said that earlier. Yeah, let's go see her.
All right. She's taking you to see her.
Oh, one thing. I'm sorry, friend. Before we go, could I collect my friend Isabella? Is she doing well?
The Archimandrite has decided a different path for her.
What? Oh, no. We understand. No, we do. Yes, we do. Let's talk to the Archimandrite. It's an honor to be able to see this person, and thank you so much for taking to us. Tobit. Thank you, ma'am. If you could convey us there, we'll definitely follow you.
Back to Isabella.
Oh, good. I gotta put this on. I'm lucky. There's more. It's almost like I can't run out of these clothes. There's about 17, and there's been about 17 for at least 3 of them.
You hear a scratching at your door.
Hello?
Hello, good morning, good evening.
Good morning. Or evening. Good day.
Good in the middle.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Can you open the door, Meow?
Oh, of course, friend. I didn't know I could do that. And she opens the door.
And steps in a short, strange figure. It looks like kind of a woman, but she's got the face of a cat. She kind of looks like she's an intentional cartoon or CG character of a sort. She's bizarrely reminiscent of childhood-looking animations. And she just seems to be this algorithm-drawn thing in reality.
Well, you're an extraordinary person. My name is Isabella.
Hello, my name's Kitty.
Isabella puts both her hands out with her palms upturned, like she wants to shake both the hands of whoever she's going to shake the hands of, and she offers her hands that way to the paws of Kitty.
That looks funny.
Oh, and then she closes them and awkwardly puts them back to her sides and doesn't actually shake her.
I'm not supposed to be here.
Oh, I don't think I am either, actually.
Oh no, you're definitely not supposed to be here.
I agree with you. Why don't we both leave?
Oh, you see, I can't really go anywhere, you know. The castle's the only thing that's safe, Meow.
I see. It is a very nice building, but I have to say there's got to be at least a few more rooms in this. And if you have gone from the hallway to here, then you could easily go to another hallway, and maybe there'll be an underground hallway or an underground way out of here, and then we'd stay away from those mists. I can already see that that's what you're afraid of out there.
Oh yes, I heard about it. They're going to register you as a paladin.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, they're going to give you a little book. They call it Charter, Meow. And then they're going to stick you out in the mist, Meow, and see if you get lost.
Oh. Thanks for the warning, friend.
They think it's a real privilege.
Well, thanks for the privilege, then. It's an honor, I'm sure, even if I get lost.
I have a little problem, Meow.
What do you have? What's going on, Kitty? You're very, very nice.
Uh-huh. Well, you see, down the hall is where my litter box is, and the door's closed.
Oh, well, let me help you.
Thank you. And she runs out of the room down the hall, leaving the door open.
I go follow, and I open the door for her.
And you see her, she's run way down the hall, and she turns a corner.
I run after her. Can I keep up? Should I roll dice?
Yeah, you can.
Let me see what would be a good dice to roll. Sorry, I have a dice here. But no, I know what it is. Give me a moment. Let me get a moment. Give me a moment.
Do you have a coin to flip?
I don't have a coin to flip, and I'd like to get one, but I actually don't have any money. I have dice, though. I have almost every kind of dice. I actually saw the pyramid dice recently. I'd like to find where I put that, if I can just have that. Now, if I could, I could simulate rolling a dice with the 6-sided dice. It'd be like, 4 and 5 and 6 be one, and 1 and 2 and 3 be the other. But let me do this. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Let me go right to it. I don't have any 20-sided dice, but I have 12-sided dice, so I will roll I feel I'm gonna roll this one, and I got 12, friend. I'll take a picture of it if you want.
No, it's okay.
Thanks. So I got the highest thing I can get, like a critical success.
And give her a roll.
Okay, I'm giving her a different 12-sided. And she got... Let's roll it again. She gets a 7, friend.
Well, she dips back and forth down the hall waiting for you.
Well, I finally get to her, and what happens?
It's right down here, this hall, meow. And she leads you down, and she starts scratching at the door.
Okay, I open the door.
And weirdly enough, it's a pretty sizable room, and inside the room is the biggest fitting litter box you've ever seen.
What does the kitty do?
She goes inside, she gives you a look like, and then she closes it.
I step back. Isabella steps back and shuts the door. So give her a privacy.
You're standing in the hallway.
Well, better than it used to be. Let's see. I'm gonna get another cigarette here. Let me see what I can do here. And I'll light it while I walk in a different direction. And I just walk down the hall, kind of walking down the street, or walking down the hall.
And a guard turns the corner.
How you doing?
And he looks shocked at you.
You're looking great. Would you like a cigarette? And I kind of like put a cigarette in his mouth and give him a slap, like a very nice, kindly slap on the cheek, and I just kind of keep walking really fast away from him and find a way to turn to another. Like if there's a way to turn a corner, I turn.
Shocked. He said, "Well, he's like with it." He takes out his arm. He's looking at it. He's seeing the smoke come out of it.
I've already passed him and I'm walking away.
He's just sitting there looking at it, terrified.
Cool. Well, then I light another cigarette and I keep walking.
You reach the end of the hallway. And it's two huge doors, but they're open. And it looks like it leads out into a big, like, main area of whatever castle or building you're in. And it has stairs going up, and it's huge, and it goes out. And the other end of this room is another big pair of doors and tons of windows, and they're all fogged over, and corners of the windows are all clayed in. And it's huge, like echo uses as you step into it.
So let me see. Just so I know exactly what you said, there's two directions. I can go through the hallway to the far side of it, or I could go down a different stairs.
Well, from the door you came in,
yes.
On either side it's a huge room with two going up stairwells to the left and the right.
Okay, that helps me.
The very, very other end, there's another giant doorway, which is a bunch of windows that show outside.
Let's see. I have a question.
Most of it's like a brick and mortar, like big old room with torches, and it's pretty big.
Is there anyone there?
Ballroom, or
is there anyone there right now?
It's empty.
I'm gonna flip a coin, and do I have a coin that's not these very important coins? Do I have anything like a regular coin?
No, you have the 2 coins that were given to you by Mai.
Well, then I won't flip a coin. I will actually, try to roll the dice to get it. I'm going to use I guess Kitty's not there anymore, so I'm going to roll my dice. And I get an 8 out of 12. And I decide, does that make me want to go left or right up the staircase to the top?
I have 2 different plans for it.
Well, let me ask you this. If it was a coin, and it was 8 out of 12, would it be closer to a head or a tail in your mind? It's not a coin, but is it 1 through 4? I apologize. 1 through 6 or 7 through 12? That's what I'm seeing as the sides of the coin. So 1 through 6 could be a head or a tail, and then 7 through 12 would be the other side, the obverse. So my ask to you is, do you consider the higher coin, the higher part of a dice, the coin, would be a dice, would be a head or a tail?
What if it was closer to the ash end of the number? So if it was a 1, it'd be a tails.
I see.
If it was the highest number, it'd be
a head.
A heads.
Okay, well then,
the numbers between them, which are odd, should equal up to both sides having, which are...
It would be 7 and above, right? It would be 7 and above would be the tail. Oh, no, the head. And then the 1 through 6 would be the tail.
You said it was a 12-sided dice?
That's right.
Then 6 apiece, so over 6.
Yes.
So over 7 is heads.
Cool. Then I rolled a head. So I'm gonna go up the. I would have gone right, but I'm gonna go left anyway. So I'm gonna go to the left hand thing, the left hand staircase, going up.
That leads to a kind of end wall, and the stairway leads to an end wall, and it goes around the entire second section.
Oh.
It goes around to the other side as well.
Oh.
And there's one door to your left around this path upstairs. And then another on the far wall again below the doors. It's just another place full of windows on the second level.
Well, I come down the staircase, and I guess if I go right, it would be the same thing, right?
You go up the other way, and the same thing on the other side. There is also on the second floor a door on the right, coming up the stairs, and you can see across to the other side you just were. And down into the foyer, you could see you're on the second level.
Yes. Okay. Well, then I come down.
You can see up. There's a big dome above you.
Nice. Okay. And then when I'm done with that, I go down, and then I go all the way out. Not out, but like all the way across the far door at the very far end where all the windows are.
Yeah, so you notice that this is a pretty big entrance, and it seems to be sealed shut with a bunch of clay and rocks, and it's been woods barred over it, and it's just been made hard to enter, and you could tell that the door is in pretty bad condition. Which I'm pretty sure you remember what happened when the last time you were here.
Yes. Well, no. The nice thing is it's been a while since Pastor Sidney has read this. Therefore, it's been a while since any of these characters have never seen it. So the things I do remember, I'm kind of forcing myself not to know. And then everything else that I've forgotten, I'm leaving forgotten for the moment. Because I actually don't remember, other than like the more recent with Melchizedek, even that, I have remembered the scroll, which left certain things out. And I'm wondering if these things are the things to remember. Now, I kind of wish and then Isabella looks over at a beam of like a globe of light, which goes away from her, as all that memory of whatever the fuck she was talking about leaves her head. She's like, what is this? That's a lot of clay on that door. It looks like it's been shut for a while. Like she totally forgets all what I was just doing. Just so you know, comrade, that glow of energy, you would remember it personally as someone kind of like Landy played a character, Elder Landy played a character where she was a globe of light as was a fairy. It's like that kind of thing. So something like a fairy was playing with Isabella to make her basically be me and remember reading a book. You know what I mean? And then I came out of it. I'm not sure what that means. I'm not sure what that will do, friend. But I'm throwing that into your place to do whatever you want, or if nothing you want. But that circle, that's the outside thing I was talking about before we started the game. So You can bring it back too, but if you do, it'll be me you're bringing back.
Okay.
No, not me, but that fairy that fucked with Aurelia out of game. Although if you watch the Saint Marta Caught in the Woods, which is the playlist of Elder.
Pardon me, excuse me.
Sure.
I missed that last part.
If you watch that, you'll know that there was this fairy or spirit or demon fucking with Aurelia around the campfire. And they finally get rid of it, and that's really the whole of what they did. Like, that's all what Jeff did with us. So that being the case. So the whole of that to say, Isabella does not remember anything because she wasn't there. She got in. Neither would Cassandra or Tobit really know what Melchizedek would know and what Penn would know and what St. Marta would know and what the spider would know and what all the paladins and other people that were brought when you were last DMing in this world, or if you want to say storytelling in this world.
I would love to go to the spider, but then we'll have to switch.
Well, yeah, we would. And we're already 2 people across. I would like to see if I could have some control over which one we go to, because that seems to be the kind of way we've just worked out. You're controlling the thing around them, but they could. For instance, I would like to see the Archimandrite now. I would like to be Cassandra and Tobit seeing that, if I could.
All right. So Cassandra and Tobit are being led down another hallway from their cell that leads up a long pair of stairs that twist around into a big opening. You're on the second floor of the room you're in with Isabella. It's the right door on the top of the stairs.
Oh.
And they lead you down the stairs through the little hallway.
Oh, does Cassandra and Isabella see each other?
No.
Okay.
It's happening at 2 different moments.
It literally is, because I know that she was there and they walked down the way to the far end. That's when they walked through. That's really cool.
That's right.
Gotcha.
So you go back down that hallway, and as you guys are going down there, you smell smoke.
Huh.
It's like cigarette smoke.
Oh, okay. Close. What's Isabella doing?
She, the paladin turns to you. Cloves, what's this?
Cigarettes. I had a friend who smoked cigarettes like that.
What do you mean? Like what? Where?
Do you smell that? That kind of spicy, kind of flavorful, but still kind of harsh, smoky scent?
No, I have no idea. She seems very serious. She like assume.
Don't worry about it. I actually don't smell anything, friend. Come with me, Cassandra, or let's keep walking. Please follow us, friend.
And they're continuing their path. Now they turn the hall and they come down, and there's a guard, and he looks really nervous. And the woman walks ahead towards the guard, and he says, "Hello, Paladin." She says yes, and she greets him as well. And he kind of is talking kind of loudly and nervous to her. Well, I don't know what happened. Like 1 minute she was in the room, And then she was in the hallway, and there was mist. You know, she had mist in her hands, and she was walking down the hall. She handed me this mist on a stick. And he's sweating, and he looks very nervous. And he's just like, and she went down the hallway and just disappeared. You notice the mirror ushers him to do some other job, and he passes you down the hall, nervous looking at you.
Did you, excuse me, a guardsman?
Guardsman?
Forgive me if that's the wrong title, friend.
You're talking to, you're talking to the one who was leaving, or are you talking to
as he walks by, I asked the man,
oh, what?
Where did you get that? Where did you get that?
What do you mean? This mystic?
Yes.
The other one, Isabella. She's the other one of your friends, your mist people.
Do you know where she is now?
She disappeared. I knew you guys were made of the mist.
We're not made of the mist.
He throws the cigarette at you and keeps walking.
Oh, thank you. She picks it up, and Tobit kind of takes it from her, and with the knuckle of his little pinky, he like pats it out so it goes out, and then he drops it in his pocket.
And the Paladin is just standing patiently waiting.
Sorry, ma'am. If you could keep conveying us take us to your leader.
I am taking you to the Archimandrite.
Yes, that person. Thank you.
Well, at the end of this hall leads another pair of stairs that winds to a second floor that leads to a larger area with chambers and places. There seems to be a lot more activity and people here. And you're on the second landing of this place, in which they lead you through a hallway, through a double door on the second landing. And there's a long stairwell, and the stairs are very wide. And all the way up this stairwell, that obviously goes to the top of this castle, is a hall filled with mirrors. And as you reach the end of this hallway, what looks at the end used to be huge doors. The doors have now been collapsed and propped up on the sides of the walls to hold them. And they just hang off the side into a large chamber that's kind of dark inside.
We keep following.
You enter the hall, and you feel that it seems dark, and way above your head there is mist, but it's pitch dark like tar, and it's a thin layer of it steaming against the top of the roof of this castle, and it just stays up there, and you can't see through it, which normally would bring a lot of light into the room. And there is a giant stone throne, a chair seat as it seems, and sitting upon it is this huge thing of just mud kind of shaped like a person. It's just dark tar, and it's huge, and it's a mud looking shaped woman, and stuck to her are little pieces of what look like marble, some of it forming a face of marble, other of it's floating in the tar and sinking into the tar of her body. She has marble wrists and a chest plate, but it's all cracked and disconnected. She sits there quietly. And Paladin says, "Thank you, Archimandrite. I leave them to you now." And she leaves the room steadily and closes the door.
Tobit looks up and kind of bows. Cassandra just kind of looks and just looks.
And as you're looking, you see the face of this thing, eyes kind of open. One eye under a marble opens like glass, and you see an eye beneath it, and the other eye over a face of tar opens muddily, and beneath it you see an eye. And it goes, oh, it moans. It says, I'm in pain.
It is an honor to meet you, and I would love to help you and your world become not in pain. Yes, we'd love to help you and in the world here, and I know our friend Penn would help, and Isabella, and we were very good thinking together. If we got our friends together to think about how to help you in the world. Could we see our friend Penn?
And as you say that, she groans, oh, such pain. Penn, our God from beyond the real gem. When he dies, we'll be free. I'll be free of this pain.
Why would that necessarily bring you peace?
He created us. We live within his mind. If his mind is no more, we are no more.
But what if we could make his mind happier and imagine or help heal you in ways that could be, that could work, that could happen? Rather than kill him and be stuck in the world you're in now and never get any better.
They can't. They've released him.
They've released Penn?
No, they've released pain and suffering. They released the dark Thaumaturge. They've released Akin Maelstrom, and there's nothing that can be done.
Oh, I say.
But you came here like the others came here. You lost in a little paradox in the castle, talking to Penn's former tardigrades. Cassandra and Tobit are together, being ushered by near the Paladin to the throne of the decrepit Archimandrite.
Yes.
And the decrepit Archimandrite's last words are that you came like them, and I need him. I need you to bring back the sorcerer.
Arcane Maelstrom.
No, the sorcerer that released him. The cloaked man with the holy box.
Oh! You mean the source? And there's a kind of an ellipsis, ... as we will pick this up later, Fred. Thank you so much, Fred.